Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Ego Queen, and welcome back to another episode of Dark Heresy, the Queen's Court. I want to thank everybody for joining me, and I'm going to let Viggy take over from here.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Viggy the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. When we last left our heroes, before setting off to Gantry, Ren's head servant Carpath arrived to recall two of the acolytes and deliver two replacements, the Thraxian guardsman Harold Blackbeard and Dr. Thalia Polonia. After delving down into the Underhive, the Warband arrives at the town of Gantry. After surrendering what arms they cannot feasibly sneak in, and a brief pat-down later, the acolytes enter the town proper and head towards the only drinking establishment in town, the Sanctuary Gallows. And we return. Now, as you had entered the town itself, and you were heading towards towards the Sanctuary Gallows, which serves as both the only trading outpost and drinking establishment in the town, according to the Met guards at the gate. Do you wish to do anything before you arrive?
Did anybody not sneak a weapon in? Saying this extremely low, by the way.
Indeed.
I hold up my arms and just slightly, cause a few sparks. I'm always armed, in more ways than one.
I see Harold is armed.
I just look at my axe and kind of smile.
Alright then. I'm gonna switch where my gun was to a quicker spot that I can grab it from, but still out of sight.
Right. As you walk through the town of Gantry, you must take extra care not to step into any holes in the walkways, since the town itself is in a poor state to begin with metal creaking and various hazards on your path. However, about halfway there, you can see that you can see a ledge on which a group of men seems to be cranking up some piece of a length of thick steel wire up from the depths, and as soon as the hooked items are revealed upon the ledge, you can see some of them have picked up some detritus that appears to be dripping wet, and the men, and depending on what they've wrenched up, they either boo or jeer, or give each other's meaningful looks before laughing. This seems to be some sort of fishing operation.
Interesting how even in the lowest depths, Kama still thrives. It's an interesting little tidbit of our people.
I can't even imagine what they're catching.
I don't even want to think what they're catching.
Everyone roll an awareness test for me. Well done. Goddamn.
Oh no.
So.
Oh Jesus.
As you are discussing the finer things in life, the small things in life, Harold, you notice that one of the men that is currently pulling as hard as he can on a crank, but the line suddenly goes taut, and you can see that something appears to be dragging it down. You have a tiny amount of time to react.
I run up and help try and reel it in.
Roll an agility to try and react quick enough with a +20. Hot damn. Would you like to fate point that?
Yes.
Alright, reroll.
Fuck.
Wow.
As you see the line, as you see the crane apparatus currently slowly getting pulled down, you can hear a creak and a pop, and the man, crane, and wire gets pulled down off the ledge as the man screams on his way down.
Oh my. I'm just gonna move, take a few steps back, because I'm assuming I saw that.
Everyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
You saw Harold react, although too slowly, and the man and his apparatus got pulled violently down.
I'm gonna put my hand on the back of Harold. Harold, you tried.
I just shrug my shoulders and move on.
Now, heading to as you move on from the local fishery, you can find the place that must be the sanctuary gallows, seeing how the you put the pieces together, how it got its name. You can see hanging at various intervals upon this rather large structure compared to the other ones. You can see poles with upside down remains covered in sanctuary armor. It is badly broken in places, and the corpses are still dangling there.
This is disgusting.
My thoughts exactly.
Let's get the information we need and get out of here.
Well, you may forget about your luxuries. Here, it might as well be a different planet. You must be very careful and aware of your situations, for we are dealing with things beyond the comprehension of one such as you, Miss Lockwood.
Fair enough, but still.
You know, Red Underhive, this isn't so bad. It's a bit more spacious than Morning.
And far less hostile contacts, I suppose.
Oh, more so, actually. And half the planet's trying to kill you.
This is the first hive city I've ever been to. I have no frame of reference.
Well, think of it as a field experiment or research. Take notes, and perhaps you will find something out of it.
I let out a sigh and I say, after this experience, I hope I don't ever have to go back to one.
I'm just gonna nod in agreement with the doctor.
Do you enter the sanctuary gallows proper?
I'll push the door open and enter first.
Indeed. As you enter the sanctuary gallows, you can see that a quite sizable number of people appears to be crammed into the building. Tables have been set up with various wares for sale, and at the back, a heavily muscled man, though noticeably he does not appear to be sporting the red cloth that would indicate him as a Red Walk member, but he is fearsome. He is fearsome nonetheless, and he appears to be serving those that wish to get a drink, or at least what constitutes as a drink down here.
Almost looks like Harold's brother.
Almost. Not quite.
I just kind of go on the combi and quietly whisper, I will keep an eye out on the wares of this market.
I thought rotting corpses in the front would be bad for business.
Apparently not.
I expected more corpses out front, to be honest.
Fair enough, but if there's anything you wish for me to keep an eye out for with these traders, I mean that with a D, let me know.
Rash,
Can I just do like a general, reach out of significance?
In case you were wondering what the outside looked like. If you needed
that's
any
lovely.
more, just quick reference.
Baltarvok.
Everyone's
Yes,
very spooky.
I like it.
Baltarvok,
So,
keep a lookout for any signs or anything that these people do that might indicate some type of body language. We don't know what kind of communication that they do aside from talking.
If you hear any form of binary as well, let me know, since I'm the only one here confident enough to speak it.
as Ren asks this, Tarvok, roll a trade linguist to see if you can spot any sign language or anything else that might be going on. Perhaps some phrases that may help you understand or get an edge.
Ooh,
Oh wow, that was pretty damn good. You can, while you catch no secret language or anything else that would give them away as trying to hide their mercantile business, you do pick up on a few different words and a word and a name that gets repeated to you, that of Omar Endish. I will write that down into the chat. From what you can gather, he appears to be the other power in town, aside from Vornis Crimson, who runs the Red Walk.
I go into my combo eat just from the languages they're speaking and their tones they speak. Like, now, do they speak like highly of him, like, oh, that Omar, or are they speaking more of, oh god, I hope Omar's not in town? Like, what am I getting from tones?
The tone that you're getting from this depends on the person speaking. If it is a Red Walk member that you hear talking, you hear that you hear them speak of him in dismissive tones. However, if someone who is not a Red Walk member, and from what you can gather might be some underling of his, they speak of him as with a bit more respect than the others.
I go onto my combeat. The name Omar Indish is being tossed around a lot, although those of the Red Walk seem very uncaring for him, perhaps even dismissive, whereas those that may be under him seem to be a bit, let us say, more diligent with the words.
Thank you, Baltarvok. If
That's
you
what I'm
notice
here for.
anything else, please let us know.
Just to look on the markets, like what are they selling? Because I doubt they sell guns here because of the rules.
Oh yeah, I still have my chainsword.
You do. They didn't ask for that.
Nope. But
What was
I was
that you
wondering-
said before?
I was gonna say because I'm thinking like, is this one of those things where they'll check us for guns at the door, but there might be. I'm actually looking for a shady dealer, like one maybe a back alley one that may have more.
As in someone who may be able to sell contraband guns.
Yes.
Wait, guns or just?
I want to find the shadiest fellow that looks like he has a thing for commerce.
Right. Roll an inquiry test.
While this is happening, I'm gonna go on the comm beat one more time. Tobian,
Ooh.
do you sense anything here? Anything
I don't
out of
know.
place?
I've been
Roll
trying to cast Sinisians, but people keep talking over me.
Then cast Sinisians, damn you.
Yes.
Well done.
Do
As
I?
you made it. Yeah, you made it by 1 degree of success. As you cast your psychic sense out across this establishment, you sense the normal surface thoughts, typical of Underhive gangers and other scum. The usual, the usual paranoia and other grievances. Delusions, that works fine. However, you do pick up on something in in one of the shadowy corners of the place, you see a man sitting at a table, his head cowled, and he appears to be shuffling a deck of cards.
Does he have any kind of augmetics or anything to denote?
Wait,
You don't even know about him.
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
that
you
guy.
don't notice him.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
The only one to notice this is Tobian. You sense, while not, he does not appear to be fully psychic, but he does seem to be latent in some way.
I'm just gonna keep this to myself for now.
Alrighty. How do
Doctor.
you respond to Ren's request?
Nothing special, just usual underhive thoughts and emotions.
Very well. Doctor, stay close to me or Harold for your own protection.
Understood.
I'm gonna approach the counter itself.
Indeed. And
I'll walk over to Harold while she does that.
right.
Did I find anything for my inquiry?
Oh, crap. Hold on. Yes, you do. Let me answer that one. You rolled 1 degree of success. You do. As you inquire about in hushed tones, someone mentions to you a fellow by the name of Jack, who hangs out a few side alleys from the sanctuary gallows, but he is not welcome on the inside.
I mentioned on the comm beat before as I thank the person in a kind of monotone voice and kind of head back to the bar. I may have found someone who can help us gather more equipment for here that may be, let's just say, less enjoyed by the locals. If need be, I am simply giving this information.
Very well.
Also, Doctor, before before Lady Lockwood drinks anything, please check it for any kind of malice or tampering.
That's a good idea. I'll be sure to do that. You should all bring anything you get in this city to me to be checked before you consume it.
Indeed. So, Ren, you have approached the bartender of this establishment. As you walk closer, you can see that he has quite the bushy handlebar mustache, and the side of his head, one side of his head appears shaved, but not the other. It is a strange fashion statement, if nothing else.
Oh god, it's a hipster.
Oh, jeez. He looks at you. He says, "Can I get you anything?"
What is your house special?
Well, that would we don't have a house special down here. Either it's alcoholic or it's not.
Oh, is that you?
Who?
I made a dumb joke, don't worry.
Right. I don't get it.
Well,
I'll
Must be
explain
no
later.
non-American ways.
give me something that's really, really strong. 2 shots,
chuckles at it.
please.
Harold hears the word alcoholic and picks up on it and moves over to the bar.
I guess that means I'm going to the bar too.
Indeed.
While we're doing
Yes.
that, can I look into the mind of that one guy that's like it?
Of the latent psyker? You can try. He will roll a willpower test against you. His willpower is 40. He fails.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I did not mean to do that.
That appears
I don't know
wrong.
how that. Yeah, it should be 45.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck just happened there.
Well, we know what your target was, but it wasn't that. So
Door pad.
you make it. Are you trying to send or just read?
Read.
He appears nervous by the fact that even though he didn't manage to stop you, he does look your way, and then immediately looks down at the table and starts shuffling the deck even faster.
Okay, I'm gonna get up from where we're seating. I'm just gonna go sit up right next to him, in front of him, like at his table.
I'm sorry, I'm stopping for the day. I will be leaving now.
I'm just gonna kind of beckon him, just like to lean in, so I can whisper in his ear.
Indeed, and what do you whisper?
Do you know you're latent?
Please don't take me. Are you from the Black Ships?
No. But tell me, who are the Black Ships?
They snatch up people like me. You've heard the stories.
I'm afraid I'm not from here, so I don't.
Roll deceive.
Well, I am not around here.
Well,
You
actually,
no,
black
but,
ships are a lore thing.
like, dude,
Oh.
do you know what the Black Ships of the Adeptus
No.
Astra Telepathica are?
Oh. God. I thought it was something else.
No, this is... Do you know this now? Do you want
Now
to
I
alter
do.
your answer?
I'm still gonna alter my answer.
Right.
Still gonna deceive him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it turns
Yeah.
out he's really good at playing dumb.
Well, damn. You fool. How can you not know? They take psychers from everywhere and bring them to Terra. Have you not heard? They eat our souls there.
Oh, those Black Ships. Okay. Well, the thing is, it's only 1,000 souls per day, isn't it? Chances are in your favor. You could just be taken into an astropath.
Oh. Still, I don't want to leave. I don't know what else to do here.
I can tell you this. The Underhive. It's... how to word this?
Look, if you want to stay and chat, I'm gonna need some payment, and in return, I'll read your future. And he sets the deck down. You notice that it is an Emperor's Tarot deck. Now, I'm gonna start mine.
Alright, so... Yeah, for payment,
Try again.
Huh?
I wasn't listening. I took the headphones off to get my tarot deck.
Okay, for payment, I'm gonna pull out a cigar and those stick from earlier and just set it on the table. Is this adequate?
Make it 3. You got a deal.
I don't have a third, so I'm just gonna give him a stem then.
Oh,
How's this?
yeah. That's
That
adequate
just
payment. So,
I'm cute.
he takes up the deck once again, lays out the first card. The Navigator upside down. You've come a long way from here, haven't you? Let us get to the second card, the Informing. Oh my. The Demon upside down. Revelation. You've come a long way to find answers. Let us see. The third, the signifier, the bishop, 9 of Mandatio. The wisdom of your ruler, of your elders, the imperial truth. Interesting. Must be the man who sent you here. Let us see. 5th card. Ah, the Golden Throne. Now things are becoming clearer. And the final card, the 5th. The Sanctioned Psyker, upside down. My. Now, I will tell you this. You will find the answer you seek, servant of the throne. However, I would watch out for those gifts that you have inside your head. And he taps his own skull. And that is all I can tell you.
I get on the combi and just kind of look over kind of towards Tobian. Tobian, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Very well. If you need me to come over, I will.
He picks his deck up once again and starts shuffling again. Well, now, was there anything else you wanted to do now that the business is out of the way?
Actually, can I walk over that way?
I'm gonna ask of... What is this Omar Indish? I hear people keep whispering.
He is the second power in Gantry. Before Crimson and his thugs moved in, there was Omar Endish was the self-appointed head merchant of Gantry. He moved. He was the man who moved the trade to and from the Gallows Way, and it is usually him that the town of Gantry is attributed to its survival.
You know where I might find this man?
Sorry, what was that? I didn't hear it.
Do you know where I can find this man?
Oh, of course. He resides in Andish Manor, up and near the Tangle. You should be able to find it quite easily.
And one last thing before I leave you.
Yes?
Speak to this if anyone, and I will level this whole Gallows Way if I have to.
Oh, the Gallows Way is the place you came from.
Or the whole gallows.
Indeed.
So
Then
secret.
Then I better not say anything. Have a good day.
Good day. Then I honestly just get up from the table.
Yes, and he starts looking at other potential customers to ply his trade.
You can probably do the bar part, and while I head over there, because I want to talk to him after you handle the bar
Indeed.
stuff.
So, going back to the countertop, the man picks out a bottle with some clear liquid in it, pours 2 different glasses, though he does not seem to be aware of what a shot glass is or how much should be in it. But 2 drinks is what he gets. I'm guessing you pay for it easily enough. It's just alcohol, and he hands them over to you.
Hey, I want information.
All right. What can? All right. What can? Is there anything specific you're looking for?
I'm looking for information on Omar, as well as these red shirt guys.
Old Man Endish. Yeah, he...
Oh yeah, I also slip him over the drink.
Slip him over the drink?
Yeah, I slide it over to him so he drinks with me.
Oh. That's, he takes the glass, but, and holds it in his hand, but he makes no move to, drink it.
You're not
Indeed. So, he says, yes, Endish, he was the ruling elite of the town before Crimson and his Red Walk came to town. Now he merely serves as a figurehead for the town, so to speak, though Crimson barely deigns to speak with him in matters of anything.
Do you know where I can find this Crimson?
Ah, yes, you can find Vornus in the Red Walk base. They took over the Red Sky ship, which hangs off the side of Gantry. Though I wouldn't attempt to board the ship without getting their permission first. There's a damn heavy bolter turret on the side of it.
It's good to know. What kind of activity are these guys up to? I can see from outside they have quite the hobby.
I'm sorry, I had to turn up my volume. What was that? Could you repeat that?
Okay. What can you tell me about what these guys do? From the outside, I can see they have quite the hobby.
Roll for me a charm with a +20 on this one.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a fate point to reroll.
Fate point? Yeah.
Oh, wait, can
Everyone you talk to is gay.
No.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
Can I use a fate point to actually auto-succeed this?
You had to do that before.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go, much better.
Yeah. Technically, you should have used the reroll because it gave you higher chances. Yes. So you ask this question. He puts the drink down and in a low voice saying, there are some rumors going on that Crimson has been dealing with some unsavory individuals by sending them corpses that pile up around Gantry.
Oh. Do you know who these guys are?
I do not care to know.
Oh, but surely you must have heard some type of names or something go around.
He clamps shut his mouth on this one and in a small and shakes his head in a small gesture.
So you do know.
Roll a scrutiny against your fellowship.
God fucking damn it, can I pass anything?
Well, it was only a 25% chance. Let's not get too crazy here. The expression that this man gives is that the only things that he's heard is the fact that he does not want to get involved in the people that he's heard rumors about.
Very well then. Thank you. Hey Harold, would you like a drink?
Yes, ma'am.
I hand him mine.
Should I scan those first?
I don't think he'll let you.
Roll a Medicaid test.
This is my alcohol. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Well done. You sniff the alcohol, and you, even though it appears to be poorly filtered, it does not appear to be any less. The only poison in this is alcohol.
Alright, looks good.
You say poison, I say happy juice.
Happy
I
time
say
to
back
juice.
of an auto carriage.
Harold, do you down it?
Yes, I do.
Roll a toughness with a +30.
Get trashed off of one drink. Fucking lightweight.
Well, he doesn't. It burns as the alcohol burns your throat as it passes down, but it has a strange, bitter aftertaste to it.
It is a good pain.
I'm
Indeed.
gonna turn from the counter and walk back towards the door.
Indeed. Let's handle Tarvok now and his mystery cellar.
Yes.
As you follow the instructions to find this Jack character, you walk the past a few side alleys, and lo and behold, you find a shady individual skulking in one of the side alleys that were mentioned. He his eyes dart about and dart around in a face that has some that is gaunt and malnutri. What the hell? What's the word? What's the word?
Malnourished.
Malnourished. Thank you. Looks gaunt and malnourished, but his clothing appears a bit finer than most around here, even if it's all tattered in some way.
And does he have any kind of setup or table or like place I can?
He does not. You see only him.
Does he look like he's maybe maybe at once belonged to a faction? Maybe I don't know, any scrap of sanctionary armor, or maybe a piece of tech robe, or just anything within a faction.
Roll a common lore. Well, just roll a common lore because you have all of them.
I would like to. Can I instantly pass it?
You can,
I want to instantly pass it.
indeed. As you look this man over, you can see that his clothing appears specifically tailored not to indicate him as part of any faction in town. However, you do notice near the collar of his coat, there appears to be a. You can see the top part of an intricate tattoo. That may be an indication of his former or current allegiance to one of the painted throngs, a hive gang in Dysolium that does not hold any territory around here, but they are still close by.
I see we both stick to the shadows when need be. A pleasure to meet you.
God damn it, Vicky.
God damn it, I should have put it on silent. Excuse me. Could you repeat that? I was distracted.
I see we both stick to the shadows as need be. Greetings, I am Boltavarius Tarvok.
He, oh, you, didn't see you there. Yes, I am, pleasure to meet you. I am Jack, and I'm guessing you're here on business.
Business leading into pleasure, of course.
Right. He shudders a tiny bit. Now, what can I get you that the Red Walk don't want you knowing about?
That depends. Well, let's just say, to use the terminology or parlance of our times, we seek to cause a bit of the rough and tumble.
Right. Excuse me 1 second.
One Omnisire. Two Omnisire.
I'm guessing Biggie had to take care of something.
Of course. Now,
Sorry about that.
I also kind of get on my combi, just kind of whispering, is there any request from anyone? Harold, Tobian, Lockwood, Polonia.
Can you check if he has if it's possible to get better teeth for the chain axe?
I will look. If nothing else, I will at least try to get us some gear. Doctor.
I'm fine.
Oh, no one is ever truly fine with their wares.
I think I have enough supplies to get us through this.
Well, very well. I will not push any further. Lockwood, I don't care. To Tobian.
Odd request.
What?
How about a Maverick pattern assault lasgun?
No promises. And then, of course, I jest. Lady Lockwood, is there anything you wish for me to keep an eye out for?
A new toaster.
Ouch.
Do I have to roll anything to go AWOL?
Roll a willpower plus 50 for the pettiness check.
Oh man, we haven't had one of these in a while.
Yeah, I know. This one sparked.
My player sheet's not coming up. It just makes a little square. Oh, there it is.
Well done. Although your target was supposed to be 85 for.
Fair enough.
But you make it just fine.
Right.
The insult is having less and less effect every time it happens.
Now, if you are done making jokes at my expense, is there anything you want me to keep an eye out for? Would you require maybe a better weapon or some gear?
My weapon is adequate. I think we'll be fine.
Very well.
Actually, if he's selling grenades, you should get some of those.
That is true. Oh yeah, hold on. They would have... I forgot to mention this. They would have patted your grenades down.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah, so...
I didn't have any.
No, not my fire bombs. Oh,
Sorry.
well, fair enough.
Not
So
my
yeah.
happy balls.
Your happy balls are currently at the gate, being stashed in some crate. So, if you do want to get grenades, now would be a time to try and get them.
Did I ever get that hallucinogenic grenade?
Did you try and get it?
I think so. Look for a hallucinogenic grenade.
Very well. First, I guess the first thing on my list is a type of grenade that would cause a hallucinogenic effect.
That's maybe a bit tricky to have, but I'll see if I have it in my stash. And he leads you further into the alley, and opens up what appears to be a plastic container of some type, hidden inside a dumpster. And you can see inside is a pile of equipment, and he starts rummaging through it. So roll for me an influence test.
Can I roll commerce first?
Yeah, you can roll commerce first. His commerce skill is, the target that he needs is 55.
Oh jeez.
You rolled a 90. That's not good.
So neither of us. But
So
I failed less.
you failed less, but no bonuses will be applied to your test. So roll for me. Here we go. An influence test with a -10.
Oh crap. Ah crap.
You made it. No, you didn't
No,
make
I
it.
didn't.
You forgot that the -10.
Yeah, I rolled it before you said -10. So yeah, I didn't make it.
As he rummages around in his plastic crate, he shakes his head, saying, nope, not this time. At least I can't find it. Anything else that you're looking for?
I'm also looking for maybe some some sharper, more prevalent and effective teeth for a chain weapon.
Now that is allowed in here, and should be a bit easier to find. Let me see. Here we go. He rummages around, and roll another. You can roll another commerce for this one. Again, his is 55. 85. That's
Jesus
not
Christ.
Man, no bonuses, but you can roll an influence, -10.
Oh god, I'm gonna re-roll this one.
Do it.
Oh!
There you go. As he reaches further down into the crate, damnation! And he pulls his hand back out, one of his fingers bleeding slightly. I found it. Damn, that thing is sharp. And he pulls, he puts his other hand inside and carefully pulls out what look like chainsaw teeth. These babies. Monomolecular edge. Really bites. Here, be careful when you stash it anywhere. Can shred your insides if you're not careful.
I just kind of ball it up in my hand since I don't really got to worry about that necessarily due to my hands being devoid of flesh and nerve endings.
Indeed, but they do have armor pen too, which is a lot. So,
I say, Harold, I do believe I'm going to be your best friend when I get back.
A smile appears on my face.
You can
Indeed.
feel the smile through the comm bead.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember what page the gear was on in the book. So
I know where stuff is, so just tell me what you want.
Now, bear with me on this, but I'm looking for a shock whip.
Can you also find me a sight?
For your long last?
Yeah.
You can try. So,
We'll do 3 more. 1 for me, 1 for Rin, and then I'm gonna look for that. I'll save the big toy for last for Mr. Kirsch.
indeed. So, the shock whip. That you can try another commerce test on. So, 55 for me.
Is either that or a rebreather.
He failed horribly. What about you?
How come I feel
We're not
like
very
this
good
is going
traders.
to the good doctor?
Yeah.
For God's
Jeez.
sake!
Look, if you're getting out your bad rolls now, then you can try the influence test to see if it's better. Roll an influence with -20 to see if you can get the shock whip. Damn. So close. So, you ask him about a shock whip, and he scratches his head, saying, don't think I've ever come across one of those. He eyes his crate, saying, I don't think I have those.
Oh, fair enough. Actually, there is one more thing I want to try for myself. But what about a rebreather? Yeah, he has toxic. They should be common around here.
Yes, indeed. He, again, rolls his commerce. He actually makes it with 3 degrees of success. You have to beat those.
My God.
So how's everybody else doing?
Sorry.
Let's, yeah.
Look,
It's
Let's just
another
keep-
episode of
guys-
Beltarva can't buy shit.
Let's wrap it up real quick with the last thing, with a sight for Ren. What kind of sight do you want? A see in the dark, or just
Long range thermal.
long range thermal?
yeah, it's a
That
long range
would
thermal sight.
be, let's see. That would be a prey sense sight. No, that's not. No, that's night vision. What's the other thing? Looking at the list, it is. I can't find it.
Well, then get me the night vision one.
Night vision one it is. So that would be. Oh wow, it's -30. You better pray that you pray sense that you can get the commerce. God damn it! Last fate point.
Yeah, I saw it. Would it be my last fate point? Yes, it would.
Wait, why did you get 40 now?
Good question. I didn't roll anything extra.
Yeah, you got 50 on the other ones.
Weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, I failed
Anyway.
it. So we'll just try. What is the minus? You said it's a -30, right?
Indeed.
Which means I can't pass it.
You can get a 1. Nope, don't get it.
I
Sadly.
simply go on the thing and say this man's wares are inadequate and would not be suitable for those of our stature. And simply, I actually want to stay there and just kind of while they're talking, just kind of discuss with him a business arrangement of, basically improving his wares but move on to them.
Right, moving on to the group. So, was there anything other you wanted to do in the Sanctuary Gallows?
Guys, we need to find a way into the Red Rocks lair. It's the hanging boat on the side of the city.
I don't think the Red Walk should be our first destination.
What should be?
I think we ought to pay in this manner a visit.
Anyone object?
I do not.
I don't object. I'm just curious why.
Well, the man that presides there, Omar, happened to be the old, de facto ruler of the gallows. He might have a little more information to help us out.
Gantry.
Screw you.
He
I
might
make
also
my way
bear a
back to him.
grudge and still have some power here. We could use him as a distraction to get on board.
He might know a way for us to get on board if we get into his better graces.
Very well, we'll head there.
And once I make it back to the group, I kind of hold out the new chain for Harold.
Indeed. Do you want to use the time as you're walking along to rechain it?
Me or Harold?
You, because you have the trade armorer skill.
I say, Harold, would you mind if I rechange your chain axe? I would rather not you crush my skull for touching it.
You may, and I hand him my chain axe.
Roll a trade armorer with a +20.
Wait, what?
Oh, you should not have wrote the plus. Did you make it?
He made it.
Yeah.
Don't write plus,
Sorry.
even though I say it. So, it now becomes pen 4.
Dear God, you're just gonna rip somebody in half.
Indeed.
I'm gonna look
So-
back at Harold's new weapon as he's like holding it and shining the teeth and everything. And I'm just gonna look at my chain sword and like kind of look at it, just be like,
Inadequacy.
missed a good
I sit by a
opportunity.
boat.
You head along the rusted walkways of Gantry as you head towards the upper part of the town, nearing closer to the tangle that the town rocks gently on. Now, as you get closer to the top, you can feel the vibration a bit more acutely as the hive above settles tiniest fractions, and the vibrations lead down here. But you come close to Endish Manor, the location that has been described to you as being the household of Omar Endish. Tarvok, roll for me a scholastic lore test, because you have all of them. You make it. As you approach the building, you can recognize the outline. The structure itself appears to be a prefabricated chapel usually found on sword-class frigates.
By the Omniscire, what in the world am I looking at? That doesn't belong here, that belongs on a machine of the Omniscire.
Now, how this got here is quite the mystery, and one that does not have an obvious answer in sight.
And I look over and I didn't know they allowed you to drive sword-class frigates.
Alexis,
Yeah.
Tarvok just asked Ren a joke.
Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention. What'd you ask?
Right.
So, if you weren't paying attention, there's basically a piece of a ship inside.
No, I heard that part.
Oh, I said I didn't know they allowed you to drive sword-class frigates.
I wouldn't recognize it. I assume it goes over my head.
Cogheads.
Because you're so small?
No, because I just figured my character wouldn't recognize a frigate.
Look, I can't help but make that joke. But, moving on. You approach the gates of Endish Manor. No one appears to be guarding them from the outside, but the gate itself is locked, with only a Vox ponder sitting outside. It appears to be, at least in some workable fashion.
Tobias, do you sense anything around here?
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see. No,
No,
you do not.
I'm just enraptured by the fact that a sword class frigate is in the it's in the
not-
gallows.
It's the chapel of a sword class frigate, not the whole thing.
I know. I know what I'm trying to say.
I know.
I'm just gonna walk up to the thingamajig and press it.
After having pressed the button, a minute or so passes before you hear a tinny voice coming through saying, "Yes, who's there?"
My name is Rin Roseless. I have a delivery for you.
I wasn't expecting anything from a Ren Roseless. Identify yourself. Who do you work for?
I just whisper in my head, just dumbass.
Shit, not the Red Walk. What's that one gang that I helped out?
Ironmongers?
No, not the Ironmongers. Higher up.
Scanners.
You mean Trade Sable?
The one that we
Basically.
got the Sentinel from.
Yeah, the Trade Sable.
I'm with the trade symbol.
Roll a deceive test. You cannot automatically succeed these.
Oh no.
Please work. Please.
Omnisire is good. Omnisire. Oh, thank the Omnisire.
Goodness gracious. I haven't worked with them in some time. Maybe they have an offer. This man appears to be forgotten the fact that the Vox communicator is still on. He presses the button again, quite uselessly, saying, "All right, you may enter." And the doors creak open as you're allowed entry into Endish Manor.
Indeed. I guess as we walk, I kind of move over to Dr. Polonia.
And
This is your first time in anywhere near these kind of areas, correct?
I've never been in a structure like this before.
Have you ever been in the void besides minor transports for any length of time?
I've been on a cruiser once or twice.
Take note of the architecture of the chapel. You'll find there are some interesting details upon it.
indeed, as you enter the manor proper, you find that the great hall, usually used for religious service, has been transformed into something of a greeting hall, and standing where an altar should be, you see a man wearing the last century's finery. Only his steely eyes and a haughty manner marking him out as any different from the rest of the people of Gantry.
Is this your brother?
Beltarvok, check for any type of perimeter defenses. guns, any automated weapon systems, anybody that is armed.
Security test?
Indeed.
Good thing I have 3 of that.
Yeah. Holy
Oh.
snap.
I know everything.
Indeed. You know, as you do a rudimentary scan of the room, that this man appears to have an alarm system set up that would trigger a cadre of servitors, combat servitors, to etch out of bolt holes in various parts. You can see the seams of the different hidden niches.
Yeah, that works.
Notches, yes.
Indeed. So, even though the house does not openly show any heavy security, it appears that it is a facade.
I immediately relay. Everyone, watch your words and your actions. This place is rigged, is more secure than some places, even in the upper hive. Should something go down, an ambush of combat servitors. Although I cannot tell how well armed, would be more than we would be overtaken instantly. This is a kill zone.
I clutched the handle of my chain axe very hard.
Indeed.
Give a look of alarm and try to look around without being obvious.
Do I see any kind of centralized, like, would someone have to run to a terminal, or do I see any actual access point of setting off the alarm?
No, the actual trigger for the alarm does not appear to be obvious in any sense. It may be that Endish himself may carry the activation stud or some type of remote wand.
I actually kind of whisper, as quiet as can be, Harold, if things go down, kill the one with the trigger first, and I will see about disabling the alarm should something happen.
Copy that.
As you approach the venerable elder of Gantry, you can see that he appears quite ravaged for someone of the ruling elite, considering that most noblemen and women have the luxury of rejuvenate. Seeing someone quite this old is quite a novelty. His skin, though clean, is liver spotted and thin in places. His hair is graying and balding, though it is combed back in an attempt to make him look presentable. That's what I'm looking for. And he appears to be wearing a navy blue coat over his 800th century clothes.
Can I do an awareness check to see what exactly is on him?
To see if he's armed?
Yes. Or if he's holding anything.
Roll an awareness test with a -10. Well done. You can
I can
see.
spot ears, I can spot things.
Indeed. As you look him over, the man himself does not appear to be visibly armed in any way. However, you notice that the cane that he is holding has a tiny seam at the top where the handle meets the cane proper, and you take a guess that some sort of weapon may be sheathed inside. Whether or not it is a power weapon, hard to tell.
As we're still walking towards him, I'm gonna silently on the comm bead, Tobian, can you pull that weapon away from him? It's in the shape of his cane.
If need be.
It might help to do it immediately so we can gain an advantage over him.
We're out here to kill the man, you idiot.
Not
I
kill.
don't think it's good to start a fight right here.
I
Not
must
kill.
remind you, this is a kill zone.
Convince.
Princess, we are in a kill zone. We will not survive, even if we kill this man.
I'm gonna
So,
say
keep
that
your
this.
violent tendencies in your pants.
I'm gonna say that this conversation may not go much further before he can hear you.
Okay, so I just stop right there.
Indeed. So, you have now. You now are at the bottom of a low gradient steps, and Omar Endish stands at the top of those stairs. Looking down at you and saying, "Now, which part of the trade sable do you represent?"
I'm just gonna ignore his question and just be like, what happened to you?
The man is quite taken aback by this. He looks confused and says, What is the meaning of this? Who are you?"
I've already told you that. But what happened around here? Who is this new guy in charge? And why is it not you? Last I checked, you had the force to deal with this.
A look of irritation and slight anger comes across the old man's face as he replies, saying, I am but a businessman. My force is only here to hold down my own security. What Crimson brought was a veritable army collected from the other gangs around here.
You think this is a gang? This is but children following a kid who brought crayons for them.
I look towards the exit and get ready to run.
I put my hand on Poloni's shoulder. Steady now. You may not believe this, but this may be going somewhere, and I'm very excited.
Ren, you notice the grip on his cane tightening as he appears to be trying to regain his composure. What is the meaning of this? You barge into my house, undermining my. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to undermine here. Operation, that works. Undermining my credibility and operation, and you dare call me a coward?
No, not a coward. You're a smart businessman. That's why we did trade with you to begin with. I am more concerned with this person because it's making trade with you even harder.
Roll a deceive test, because holy shit. Goddamn.
As a smart businessman, you know that this guy is a threat. And you have more than a force to assassinate him. And with their leader gone, these people will go about killing each other.
You think I do not know this? I do not want to see Crimson dead. I want to see him move on. Because if he dies, a power vacuum will be created, and someone else will simply take his place and keep Gantry in his grip.
Exactly, and that should be you.
Yes, but I do not control the Red Walk. They follow Crimson.
So you're saying Crimson is the problem?
Indeed, but his death is not the solution. And as Tarvok makes that comment, Endish narrows his eyes, looking at you, whispering, "You know nothing of ambition."
Oh shit!
Wait, can you repeat that? I couldn't actually hear you.
He whispers, "You know nothing of ambition."
Oh shit!
Well, you may be right there.
And I accidentally tightened my grip on Poloni's shoulder.
I think about how much I would rather be home right
now.
So, if this Crimson were to move on, and take his red walk, say, to the mid-hive,
Yes.
would that open up trade with you?
Indeed, I would have room to maneuver again, and not be stifled by him and his men.
So now I have to go and do another task. Very well. I require some information about this man.
Indeed. Tarvok, roll for... Actually, Tobian, Tarvok, Roseless, all of you, roll an intelligence test because I think you're forgetting something.
I know what we're forgetting.
What are you forgetting?
Reason we're down here in the first place?
Yeah.
No, the clue that you found.
I actually did forget, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, actually, sadly, Mope, that was not meant for you.
I'm gonna burn a fate point for
Yeah, I
this
was
thing.
gonna say, like, I didn't know that objective anyway, right?
Indeed.
No.
Not the objective, but a clue that they found earlier. Ren, you have not rolled.
Oh, what do I need to roll?
Straight intelligence.
Intelligence.
Oh god, I don't have that.
We all know that.
Intelligence is a stat, not a skill.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
No.
It was a
worries.
shitty joke.
Oh. Goddamn.
Yeah, good thing my character is smart.
Your character, sir, is smart. So, you remember that one of the clues that you found in the Overseer's office of the Fane Mortuarius is that Pharaoh Fane is dealing with some merchant from Gantry, sending him corpses.
Okay.
Indeed. So, you wanted information out of Endish. He appears to be obliging you. Ask away.
First off, there's this odd trade rumor happening. Dead bodies? What is the meaning of this?
Yes, I do indeed trade with a mortuary, with the carrion guilders in the Gallows Way. A lot of corpses travel through here, though I will say that an odd thing has been happening as of late. The head of the Fane Mortuarius has been asking me to store them here instead of sending them to the Mortuarius proper.
Can I ask, whisper to Polonia, for what reason would they need dead bodies? Would you have any idea?
Actually, she went to the restroom.
Oh,
She
crap,
was
yeah,
not
that's right.
here.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I'll ask her later.
Yeah, indeed.
Are they?
So,
Are you storing anything on these bodies? Is there any type of?
yes, I have a storehouse closer to the Tangle. It's at the back of the manor. That is where I usually store them until they are ready to be shipped away. But I am being paid handsomely to keep them here, though I cannot say why.
Who's paying you?
That would be the second oldest brother of the Fane family, Pharaoh, and the current owner of the Mortuarius.
Ah. Does anybody else have any questions?
No, but I'm back.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the name of that Myrtle-ish cult that we fought?
The Blessed Flesh.
Yeah.
What about them?
I forget. Are they down here, or do I need to ask that?
You have reasonable suspicion that they might be down here.
Have you heard of a?
Actually-
No.
Sorry, go
Shut up. Shut up. My turn. Shut up. Do you know of a small, I guess, cult calling themselves the Blessed Flesh? Operating in this area, of course.
He
Nasty bunch. Disease-ridden, filthy. Well, more filthy than the average underhiver.
I thought you were describing the citizens of Gantry just then, but I guess not. More filthy and diseased than usual. Can't say
Usually
that I
pussed up
have.
faces.
Can't say that I have, though. Right, never mind.
Can I roll scrutiny against him?
You can roll scrutiny against him to see if he's telling the truth. He appears to be
That's
telling the
security.
truth. Oh,
Oh,
well, it
shit.
doesn't matter. You rolled poorly, so I'm guessing a 68 is not enough.
yeah.
Hmm.
Now I'm gonna try to look into his mind.
Right. Let's see if you can get in. He has
Yes.
willpower of 37.
Fuck it, we'll do it live!
I'm gonna roll.
No, Viggy, look.
He does not stop you, but we're gonna see what happens here. Roll a
9 butt cheeks.
100 with a plus 10.
Okay.
32.
Oh, somebody.
Distorted reflections. Mirrors and other reflected surfaces within a radius of 5d10 meters distort and shatter. Let's see just how far away that is.
Is it a 5d10?
32 meters. You can see that the stained glass window at the back of the chapel cracks. But Endish appears he's distracted by the conversation. His emotions are up, and but you can only see the cracks going through and traveling up. But the glass does not shatter completely. These things have been were made to withstand the void.
Oh Lord.
So you get inside his head. Even though he claims not to have heard of the blessed flesh, he has heard only rumors of them, but does not seem to wish to associate himself with any of those. The fact that Ferufane might be leading this blessed flesh cult has been something that he has only heard whispered before. But he has no other information regarding them. Does anyone have any other questions? Or
I have just a quick one that's pretty irrelevant to most people. I look at him and say, just by the off chance, I'm looking for a dear friend of mine who's gone missing by the name of Somnus Halperel. Have you perhaps heard anything about him?
ooh,
I suppose. Never mind. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, has there been a lot of activity, missing people, or anything unusual going on beyond the normal in the gallows? Just
Gantry,
maybe
for fuck's sake.
it's the Sanctuary Gallows.
Yeah, that's the fucking drinking establishment. The
I
town
thought it
is
was.
called...
I thought it was the whole market area.
No, it's it's a drinking establishment and a market, but the town itself is called Gantry.
Fair enough. Is there anything in Gantry? Missing people, maybe civil discourse more than usual, maybe and random acts of violence, again more than usual, unrest, uneasiness, perhaps even talk of revolution or rebellion in the whispers of the common man.
You state these things as if any of them are not relevant. No, they go on, but nothing more than usual.
And do you have a network of those feeding you information, or are you just simply going by what you think?
I'm simply going by what I hear. I'm a man of Gantry. People talk.
And people lie and deceive.
Of course.
That does not make it. One day I will have to teach you how to have proper ambition.
He ignores this. He ignores you this time.
Are
So-
we...
Step in. I'm gonna step in. Did you know that your sane business partners might be leading a heretical cult, this blessed flesh?
I have heard whisperings, but I have made it my business not to inquire further.
Because we inspected one of their mortuariuses in their overseer's office. We found a lead talking about a merchant in the gantry where they're storing corpses. Looks
Yes.
awfully suspicious, doesn't it? You
Well,
being a merchant collecting corpses.
I look at
yes.
Harold.
I am a man who, yes, indeed, I am a businessman, and I take what I can get, and if corpse trade is the only thing viable enough in this town, then I will do so.
Just thinking how I want to approach this.
Ren, do you want to, it seems the questions are drying up. Do you want to try and grill him for some Red Walk information?
Yes. So before we remove the red walk from the lower hive back up to the mid hive, is there anything further you can tell us about them?
Aside from the fact that they have taken most of the guns from Gantry, no, not much. They are fools, obsessed with blades and scars. That is the only thing that they value and honor.
Blades, you say? I look over at Harold and let out a small snicker.
I look around confused.
I believe we're done here. Expect a member within the week, okay?
I will. I will keep my ears open for anything I might hear.
If you don't see a member by a week's end, expect a visit from us.
I will.
Thank you for your time.
Can I leave one of my, one of my messengers here to kind of stay around?
You can.
Thank you.
So, it is now, it seems that your destination has been decided upon in the fact that you want to check out the Red Sky ship.
Mm-hmm.
I look around. So, to just kind of everyone. So we have multiple ways of approaching this. We can head there right now, or perhaps since we've kind of been going for non-stop since we got through the sanctuary, the gate, perhaps we should find a suitable base of operations while we're down here, due to the manor being so far away.
I highly suggest we get what we need here and get out.
Very well.
I would agree.
I also agree.
Oh, why? There's so much to see and so much to enjoy down here.
This... Do you think we could find a bundle of crack grenades here?
I checked with the gentleman. Grenades are harder to come by than you think, especially with such a tight hold. Even the illegal contraband is.
Well, if we want to get rid of the Red Walk, the ship is suspended by a giant cable. Enough explosive force could send them into the river below.
That would be the easiest way to get rid of them.
How thick are these
But I
cables?
want information from them first.
And there are also a large number of Red Walk members inside the town of Gantry itself, meaning there would be a chaotic factor.
Can I check something? I want to know. So who exactly is in the Underhive? Like, we know it's like destitute and what have you, but is it like, if we were to maybe find like, I don't know, drunken, disbanded soldiers and like who could we rally as just like a sort of auxiliary force to our, should we need it? Like, what would I need to do to find that information out? I'm not actually sure who's down here.
It's the outcasts and lawless folk that have been driven here out of desperation or simple lack of choices.
I look at Harold and Tobian. Do you think you two could perhaps get some men on standby using your prowess and appearances?
Maybe.
However, everyone roll an awareness test just to see, to get a bit of a feel for this place. Holy
Boom.
snap! Wow, that's it's quite the rolls you're getting there.
I find a shiny piece of metal on the ground.
Ooh, shiny. So,
Ooh, piece of candy.
Ren and Tobian, you notice that the members of the town that appear fit enough to fight and do any sort of physical activity appear to have joined with the Red Walk out of whether it be out of intimidation or simple opportunism. It is difficult to tell, but most of the people that are the left are sickly or destitute in some way, unable to fight. It would seem that the Red Walk has gobbled up most of the fighting men in Gantry.
Ah,
We'll have to do this by ourselves.
in that case, we must leave no witnesses during any combat engagement.
Yeesh.
Though I am against that, you are correct.
Tarvok,
Yes,
you know much about the Red Walk, right?
I still have a fate point left, so I would
He
say
does. He technically could know everything.
Would
Yes,
it be
yes.
possible to have, say, one of us challenge their leader to a duel, win, take over it that way?
Are you talking
Do you
about?
want to use a fate point to know that?
Yeah, let's use my last fate point to know, like, just dump my information and knowledge of City Walk.
God damn it. You'll pay for that, you know.
Look,
Welcome, Shitty Walk, to take your order, please.
Shiggy Mongolian.
Red Box Hungarians.
Sigorians.
Alright, get it out of your system.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, we're done. So tell me about these guys. Like, if we send, I don't know, just walk in there and say, hey, you know, Harold says your mother, and then just have them fight.
Your brother was a hamster, and your father's one of elderberries.
Yes, indeed, it would seem that if you were to challenge Vornus Crimson to a one-on-one fight, it would be most likely that you would take over as head of the gang. However, that would be if he were to agree to a duel and not just outright have you killed.
Alright,
Well,
I know what we're doing next time.
well, he said they're honorable. So I look at Harold and say, my friend, I think it's time I introduce you to the wonderful mind that is Boltavarius Tarvok.
I'm just gonna
just look
stand
back
behind
at-
Tarbok with my hand on my face like, I can't believe it.
I just look at him confused and wondering what's happening.
I tell him, my friend, you are going to get to smash, smash, and more smash.
Again, a slight smile appears on his face.
So, in that case, should we call it for this session and be psyched up for the next thing that's going to happen?
Yes, we should.
He like he fills the air.
God damn it. Very,
Anyway.
very
Thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of Queen's Court. I'd like to thank everybody for participating. It's been quite an adventure, you know. You guys got to see my character be a complete bitch and lie your ass off.
I
But
bought stuff.
it worked out for the best. Anyway guys, I'm Alexis Ego Queen. I love you guys. Bye.